So now really focusing. I want to get that Ghastly. I'm gonna get the Ghastly now. Like I'm not gonna proceed the tower until I get the Ghastly. Fuck it. We do not want another Viola. Because there is no other Viola. There's only one Viola. I'm not like Lance. I don't have 3 Dragonites in my team. But I've always loved Lance's team. If you know what I'm talking about, if you're not watching this blind, I've always loved Lance's team. I'm very glad, you know. After Platinum, we directly head to Soul Silver. After Soul Silver, we head to Black 2. This is the rundown now. This is the official rundown because I've pondered which direction or which follow-up to take, and this is the follow-up. Do Platinum now, head into Soul Silver, then go Black 2. Because at the end of Black 2 there is this big tournament, or in the post game there's this big tournament where you could fight every champion from the generations I've loved. So we'll do that. I don't want a female Ghastly, but I want a male Ghastly. I think it fits better. Not to be discriminating, but I just want a male Ghastly. Because I think the last evolution just looks very male, and I would want a male version. That's it. Just what it is. You cannot knock it. You cannot knock it. Beautiful. Just find the composition. I have a slight background in music. I have a background in music. I find the soundtrack so fascinating. I find it truly incredible. I find I've said this in the Christmas episodes. I find the limitations they have to play around with the soundtrack, like making it sound good on the DS system. I think it gives it so much magic. It's so incredible. You know, sometimes when I go about my business with the music things I do, whatever that may be, I want to like limit myself purposefully to create that same magic, you know, to have to rely on navigating with less opportunity or with less arsenal, because the technology is just getting to a point where you can do anything, like in high resolution. And this time, especially this DS era time, there was the time where they couldn't do that, and they had to, or the time before, or the Wii era, like these video games. I love their soundtracks because they had to play around all these hurdles of the generation. This is so beautiful. That's it. So, let me hone this down now. Let me bite the Ghastly. Take a bite of the Ghost. Wonderful. The fog is deep. Bag. Pokeball. Come on, let's catch you with the regular one. You're not a special snowflake right there. You're not a special snowflake. Catch you in the Pokeball. Listen. There you go. And now we got the perfect team member. I love this Pokemon. Beautiful. I didn't even know that this was in the game. I thought this was like Soul Silver, more Soul Silver, Silver Gold-ish, Yodo region Pokemon. You know what? What am I gonna call it? I'm gonna call it Yovo, because I've always called my rival in Soul Silver Yovo. To me, to my world, listen up. To my world, Silver in Soul Silver his name is Yovo. I don't care, because it's really random. That's just how I called Silver the first time I played Soul Silver. And I've done so not with a Y but with a J. And I didn't write it with Y, I wrote it with J. and now I write it with Y in the recent times because I think it fits better. I think it looks nicer. Because otherwise you would say Jobo, but I've always said Yobo in my head, so I choose the Y. That's the background. It's the background. That's what I'll tell you during my let's play. So I wonder if Zephyrus will ever be able to destroy any other Pokemon. I do not know. I do not know, because he is just very defensive. He's very defensive, but he is not, as I've experienced him, he's not so versed with damaging attacks. Well, he actually seems to be. Well, that's really good. He looks really cool though. Like, I've always liked this Pokemon, never had it in my team, didn't even know it really existed, so I'm glad we got it from the foggy routes and we now got the full team going. We got the full team. We got the full nice halfway evil looking team, which I like in my teams. It's really good. And we might switch out Ghastly for a certain one Pokemon, but I'm not sure about that. I'll decide it when the time comes. So Pikachu, no problem, handle it. He has like these bony on his Pokemon. It's the things you receive when you play the theater things with them, I think, but I'm not sure. Because there's these theater, yeah, there's these theater mini games. The theater we've also been at with in Hawthorne City, and I think there you can win some badges or something that you can put on your Pokemon. And then they have like these bonus visual effects, and I think it also has effects within the fights that sometimes the Pokemon survives with one attack point. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure really. Because there was definitely things like that in the later generations, in the 3D generations for the 3DS, where you could like make friends with your Pokemon more, and you could like pet it, and it would then like make heart emojis, and then you could perform. It would do different things. It would survive with a very, very little life when it would normally just be defeated. Yeah. So, I'm not sure, maybe when we get really stuck at some point, which I don't think we will, we can do that, but I don't really aim to do it. So, I just aim to play through the game, get the whole Pokédex, see every Pokemon, and then head to the island. That's my goal. I end this let's play once I have the house on the island. Because I've never had that. I've never played Platinum that far. I've never had the house on the island. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're in for the journey with me, because I've never done it myself. That's it. But I aim to do that. I aim for the house on the island. Period. That's where we are going. No shinies, no things like that. Maybe, listen, it's actually a good thing to do during like a podcast I could do. You know, just film the whole shiny hunting thing. Or, listen, or I just do it during a podcast. Because I've started this, it was first called Starflight Express Podcast. Now it's called James Dark Podcast. Because James Dark is like the name I want, the alias I want to give myself. Doing my let's plays, doing my business on this channel. It's James Dark, it's the alias. And I've decided to change the podcast name to that, and I could see myself actually shiny hunt during those bouts of podcasting. I think that would be really cool, and then I could flex my shiny Pokemon on an Instagram. Okay, there you go. I could make an Instagram, and you could follow me there, and I would post my shinies and flex my shinies on Instagram. That's how we're gonna do it. Listen up. Oh man, I'm about to make this account. I'm about to make this account live on Let's Play. Oh shit. I think that would be wonderful.